Hi everybody, today I want to give you a little bit of information about Banff National Park. This park has more than 6,000 square kilometers, so as you can imagine, it's huge. From the city of Calgary, we drove 1.5 hours in order to reach Banff, and here's where our campsite was located. Banff is one of the most touristic areas in Alberta, and in order to access to this humongous national park, you need to pay a daily fee, or better yet, a year pass. The pass allows you to visit hiking trails, mountains, and lakes. We ended up buying the year pass because it was cheaper, and that allowed us to enter to other national parks around Canada as well, and because we stay 4 days here. If you're just driving through the park, you don't need to purchase the pass. By the way, our campground was located just 7 minutes from downtown Banff. The park rules were very strict and they didn't allow us to keep any type of food inside of the tent or on top of the table if we were not present on the campground. The reason of this is because there are so many animals that get attracted to the scents, and there was a high alert for grizzly and black bears. And if you didn't follow the rules, they banned you right away from the campground. If you want to make fire, you need to buy a fire permit that costs $8 or $10, I don't remember exactly, and that allows you to grab as much wood as you want for all the days that you're going to be camping there. Close to our campsite, we had two beautiful lakes. This one is called Two Jack Lake, and it was located 5 minutes away from our campsite. So something that you need to know is that in general, the water here is extremely cold and it is quite painful swimming here. We tried to do it and we couldn't resist being more than a minute inside of the water. That's why you will not see too many people swimming. You will see a lot of people on kayaks, paddle boards, or canoes, because it is very painful to stay inside of the water. From Two Jack Lake, we drove 5 more minutes until we reached Lake Minnewanka. This lake is massive. Here you will find boat cruise, boat rental, and guided fishing, hiking trails, and even a snack bar. Early in the morning, we drove towards Lake St. Louis, which is one of the most popular lakes in this national park. It took us 40 minutes to reach this point from downtown Banff. We arrived there before 8 a.m. At that time, the parking lot was completely packed. They told us that it's better go super early before 8 or after 6 p.m. Along the highway, you will find these bridges which were designed for animals and they can cross safely. As well, you will find different trails that you can take and hike for hours. By the way, there is a small villa before arriving to Lake Louise, and here I recommend you to go to the visitor center and of course obtain one of the maps so you have a clear idea of all the activities that you can do around that area. If not, you just drive 5 more minutes from the villa and then finally you will reach the lake. From the parking lot, you just have to walk 5 minutes and you will see this beautiful lake. Just in case, you don't have to pay any type of entry fee in order to access to this lake because you already pay for the daily pass or the year pass that I showed you before. If you want to kayak on the lake, you have to pay over $100 for 1 hour. So if you have the money and you want to do it, of course you can do it. As well, there are different hiking trails that you can take and spend the day there. In the afternoon, we head back to downtown Banff. There were several restaurants, hotels, and different activities to do. Once again, I recommend you to go to the visitor center and they will give you a map and you will know exactly what you can do around this area. The next morning we visit Lake Monier, which is close to Lake Louise. From the main highway you had to drive for 11 kilometers up to the mountain in order to get here. To get here it's very difficult because the parking is small and they don't allow too many cars. So we decided to walk. It was 11 kilometers, but thankfully we were hitchhiking and somebody picked us up.
Parking lot fills up at 7 a.m. according to what they told us. We came here at 8 and it was full. So it's actually true.
Yep. Just in case, you can rent a canoe and that costs $100, but you can fit 3 people inside of the canoe. As well, there are different trails that you can take. The view is just fantastic and breathtaking. As a quick tip, always check the difficulty level of each hiking trail, as well as how many kilometers and how long it's going to take you to complete that trail. If it says that it's difficult, trust me, it's going to be very difficult. Always be mindful of your capacity and how much your body can handle. As well, there are other hiking trails that require to have a minimum of 4 people in order to access them. And the reason of this is because there is a high alert for grizzly bears or black bears. So try to follow the directions and you will be fine. The next morning we decided to hike in Ling Peak, which is located 42 minutes from Banff in this big town called Canmore. This was one of the hardest hikes that I ever done in my entire life. That's why I told you always check the difficulty level of each hiking trail. And we thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be super easy. It's just 3.3 kilometers. We're going to be fine. But holy smoke, you have no idea how hard it was, to the point that our legs were shaking. We couldn't even breathe in some point. It was very tough. We took like 3 hours to get to the top. It was so satisfying, but very hard. Believe it or not, the easy way to go down is by running. I know that that sounds insane, but that helped us to avoid a lot of pain in our legs. In some areas we were just walking and our legs were so tired that they kept shaking. It was horrible. And by doing this, we just took 45 minutes until we reached the bottom. And this is the video for today. Don't forget to subscribe and share if you want to see more of my adventures. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye!